Hello and welcome to Issues and Insights, the show that keeps you up to date on all the wonderful things taking place in our community. I'm your host, Kendra Scott, and we're thrilled to have you join us today as we talk to not one but two amazing guests. And it's nice to have a four-legged guest with us today on the show. And we're going to talk a little bit about the exciting things coming to the city of Radcliff to celebrate the 4th of July. And of course, we're going to talk about summer pet safety, which is incredibly important to all of us, whether you're a fur mama or fur daddy like me, or you're just concerned about your granddogs or your kids or whatever. We're going to talk about that today. So our special guest joining us is Miss Toshie Murrell, and she is a Radcliff City Council person, and she is also the founder, CEO, president, dog guru extraordinaire of Forever Homes for Paws. And she brought with her a very special guest, Miss Maya. Hello, Maya.
Say good morning, Miss Kendra.
Oh, and she gave us a yawn. We got her up and out early this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We are thrilled to have you, and she's so well behaved. So we're going to definitely talk with Maya and learn a little bit more about her and her backstory, and help maybe even find her a home. I'm not sure if you want to give her up.
Well, this one here I adopted in February.
Oh,
she's a rescue.
Yes.
And I've had her for a few months now, since February.
And she's so sweet. She's so well behaved. What a good girl.
But we do have plenty to adopt.
This is true, and so we'll talk all about that. First, let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the city of Radcliff. It's hard to believe that literally Independence Day is right around the corner. I mean, a couple weeks, we are going to be halfway through the year. It's the first day of summer, and we're going to be celebrating. And of course, our community, our Hardin County, loves a good fireworks show.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, always have been. So in the city of Radcliff, they have got the date slated for July 3rd. So tell us a little bit about what will be going on.
July 3rd is, as our mayor calls, Thunder Over Radcliff.
I love it.
And it's our annual fireworks show, and we will be having food trucks.
Awesome.
And some activities for the children.
Mm-hmm.
The fireworks, of course, won't start until close to 10.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark.
Until it gets dark. But you can start parking is around 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to block the roads off, so you want to get in before they do block the road around the post office area.
Yes.
Get parked, get your seat, eat some good food.
Yes.
And wait for the show.
What a fun-filled night. And I love it because this community, like I said, we love fireworks. So folks will have the opportunity to enjoy fireworks in Radcliff on July 3rd.
Yes.
Then July 4th will be the Elizabethtown show for Founders Day, as well as Fort Knox. They always do a great show at Brooks Field. And then on the following weekend, the 7th, you can go to City of Vine Grove and catch the fireworks show there. Plus, all the other smaller communities do it. My neighborhood does a big display. There's always one down in Stevensburg and Upton, and all the communities seem to do fireworks show. So as much as we love them and they are great, let's talk a little bit, though, about the impact for our pets, because they are not always, fireworks are not dog and cat friendly. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes, and thank you for letting me do that topic as relates to fireworks and safety, because as a rescue person, you know, every year we warn people. People think that they have everything under control, but little ones like Miss Maya, she can sneak out of the door.
Oh, yes.
You have kids, grandkids, you're doing your barbecue, you're cooking out, and you think you're watching and you think you know where they are, and they're gone.
Right.
And like you said, this is not just one evening. This is a week long, sometimes 2 week long, when your neighbors and
continue to shoot,
continue to do fireworks.
They love
them. Keep them indoors if possible. I mean, I know it's not always possible, but keep them indoors. Be sure to put a safety collar on them. Have your phone number.
Yes.
Even if you don't have a tag, you can use a Sharpie.
Yep.
Permanent marker, do something that identifies them with your phone number.
Great idea.
Keep them in the house, number one, would be the safest way, but then
Yes.
you can also put on some music for them.
Yes.
You can put them in a crate. You can give them some toys.
Yes.
A Kong with some, a treat or peanut
Yes,
butter.
yes.
Just something so that their stress level is reduced.
Yeah.
And not every pet worries about the fireworks.
True.
But she's like Maya. I've only adopted her since February. So I'm not sure how she's going to react.
Right. You don't know what trauma they've been through. And just the loud booming and, you know, the noise. And just for humans, a lot of times it catches us off guard, or it's deep and you feel it. So think what it is for an animal, especially of that size, that is not used to the loud noise and the screaming and the oohing and awing. Because my #1 tip is please don't bring your animals to the fireworks show.
Yes. Perfect.
It is not the place. It is so hard on them, and they don't get to wear those cute little earmuffs like you can put on babies and children. We should probably invent those, though, for babies, for our puppies. But it's just too much for them. I feel like it's stimulation overload, and they don't understand what's going on. And so, please, I'm with you. Leave them at home. And if your dog is like mine, he will just get underneath the bed, which is fine. And I make sure, same thing, that there's a loud music playing or TV is up. So something that he's familiar with instead of hearing all that's going on outside.
Yes. Make sure they have, like I said, a tag.
Yes.
Because you just never know when they're going to slip out.
This is true.
And you can exercise them a little bit before.
Oh, yeah. Wear them out a little bit.
Wear them out a little bit. That way maybe they'll, you know, feed them, let them take a nap.
Yes. So they will be ready. Give them a good bath. So they will be ready to just maybe go night-night.
Of course, microchipping is always a good idea. You can go to different places like Pet Supplies Plus, your veterinary clinic, get them microchipped. You have plenty of time.
Yes.
And that's definitely a safe way to make sure that they're identified.
That's for sure, and play. Because we think about, I always have to think about as well, in my neighborhood we have a lot of military veterans, and they always beg, please don't do a lot of fireworks past the time that's supposed to. The city always sets time limits, and then, you know, past the holiday, because it affects them too. They have PTSD and lots of trauma, and so we have to think about them. And then a lot of times our pets have trauma, so we really have to think about that. So we ask people to dial it back a little bit. I always say, go and enjoy a fireworks show, and don't worry about doing it in your own backyard, so you don't have to worry about burning down your own house or, or getting in your neighbor's yard or any of that. Or
injuring yourself or your children, your real children.
Yes, yes.
Not just your pets, but children.
Right. Every year we see someone. I'm sure the emergency rooms are full of people that have been injured by fireworks. So we encourage folks, come out to the show, and the great thing, it's free to come and enjoy a fantastic show that we know J.J. Duvall makes it bigger, badder, bolder every year. Like you said, Thunder Over Radcliff. And then there will be food trucks and activities for the kids. So just a really fun, family-friendly evening.
It's going to be a great time.
Well, thank you all for doing that. So, well, as we continue into summer, first day of summer is next week, and then like we talked about fireworks, but there's lots of things we have to consider as the summer comes, keeping our pets safe and healthy and well. So could you talk a little bit, just as we've had these really hot, steamy days already, I feel like we've already hit that 90-degree mark. So what's July going to be? Talk a little bit about the heat and how it affects our pets and how we can keep them safe.
Well, I know for me personally, and I'm one of, I'll stop people. I mean, that's just in me to say, will you please I see them walking in the neighborhood. Asphalt is hot.
Yes.
It is very hot. I mean, for an example, and you can look these numbers up, but if it is 77 degrees outside, which we know it's going to be upper 90s.
Yes.
But if it's 77,
which is comfortable for humans.
It's comfortable.
It feels pretty good.
The asphalt is 125.
Yikes.
It can get up to 150.
Oh my goodness.
As the temperature increases.
Yes.
And I don't think people realize as they're walking with tennis shoes on, they're walking their pets on the asphalt, and paws blister. I mean, they blister, they'll bleed, and you don't even really realize it. So walk them on the grass, walk them early, but please be cautious of the hot asphalt.
That's true. We don't even think about
that.
We don't. We really don't. And I'm guilty of that. And my dog will immediately just start walking in the grass, and I think, oh my goodness, your feet are hot, your paws are hot, I'm so sorry. Or we'll get home and they immediately put them in the kiddie pool and are cooling them off, that kind of thing. So it is. It's best to walk early and then walk obviously late, maybe dusk and sundown when it's cooling off a little bit.
Well, you know, as you've probably heard, if it's too hot for your feet, it's too hot for their paws.
This is true.
So you can always test it.
Yes.
You can't walk on it, they can't walk on it.
Exactly. So don't think, they're not trying to be lazy. They're like, I just don't want to walk on that. It's really, really hot.
And of course, if they are outside, pets in particular, plenty of water, fresh water, plenty of shade. A lot of cities, including Radcliff, they have ordinances.
Yes, talk about that.
For pet safety. I mean, you know, you have to have, the shade is not just a tarp. I mean, you know, you have to have real good shade. That they can't be tangled up.
No.
They can't be chained up and water bowls tipped over.
Oh my gosh.
And that happens a lot. And sometimes people don't realize it. But you have to be diligent.
Yes.
You have to go out and check to make sure their water is fresh. They didn't dump it. The shade is protecting them.
Yes,
you
and
know.
all day,
and
not
all
just they get morning shade
Yes,
or afternoon shade. It needs to be continuous all day, or that they have a really nice dog house, or you know, pet corral, or whatever you want to call it, the nice igloo type of thing where they can get some ventilation.
Because of, well, for obvious reasons with the water, but heat stroke.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You know, you have to be careful. Pets are just like people.
They are.
Again, if it's too hot for you to be breathing that hot, steamy air, it's going to be too hot for them. And I realize not everyone has indoor pets. That's okay. But if they're going to be outside, be cautious.
Yes.
Think about their safety. Think about what they're going through when it's 100. Heat index is 105.
Yes,
You know,
our humidity.
The humidity.
The pollen. Now we have to worry about the smoke in the air. It's hard breathing days, as they keep telling us. You know, if you don't have to be outside, please don't, because if you have asthma or allergies. And I know a lot of dogs that do have allergies that suffer. My mom's dog is just now literally getting over bronchitis. Lots of dogs have, and cats, again, any outdoor animal. So I'm always, make sure that they have a barn or somewhere safe they can go.
Yes. Well, and you can also limit their exercise when it gets really hot. I mean, they don't, short walks.
Yes.
Don't leave them out in the yard just to be running and playing, even if they aren't on a tether. You know, you can still let them out, but not for 30, 40 minutes throwing a ball.
No.
You know.
You won't let your kids go out there and do it.
Limit their exercise.
They're good.
And, you know, and again, and then, you know, storms, you know, you might have summer storms pop up. So the noise, just like with the fireworks, with the wind. I mean, you just have to be cautious at all times of your pet's safety.
Yes, and think about them. And that's all pets.
All
whether
pets.
It's dogs, cats, horses, goats, chickens, any of our four-legged friends, turtles, I don't care what it is.
Exactly.
Take care of them just as you would your children. I mean, it's just that simple. So can you remind us a little bit about some of the ordinances in the city of Radcliff so that people are aware what they can and cannot do?
Well, for the tethering ordinance, you're not supposed to have them out 24 hours on a tether. They have to come in at some point, get some, you know, indoor care, rest.
Yes.
I'm going to say human affection, love and attention.
Yes.
You know, things that they are not going to get if they're tethered out 24 hours. So you cannot do that in the city of Radcliff. And also, every city has the proper protection as far as shelter.
Oh, good.
Shelter means 4 sides that cannot get rain or wind in. It means a proper roof. It means a proper floor. It doesn't mean a dirt floor.
There you
doesn't
go.
Mean
doesn't mean hay.
Doesn't mean, right.
Well, hay to lay on.
So it really, I mean, and it's not that much to provide the proper shelter. If you're going to have a pet, provide the proper shelter.
Great.
The tether ordinance also has a swivel where you have to have the proper collar. It cannot be a prong collar. It cannot be a choke collar.
Oh, thank goodness.
It has to be a proper collar that has a swivel on it, so it will turn.
Gotcha.
The lead has to have a swivel on the other end. Has to be free of debris, so whatever area they're tethered in, they need to be able to reach their shelter, their water, and food, but their water in particular, and so they cannot be tangled up. You cannot have lawn furniture, all different types of things out there, car parts, you know, whatever.
Because we know dogs are busy, and they will, in a heartbeat, get themselves all tangled and twisted up because they're running or jumping or whatever.
Exactly, and then when it does get stormy season, then things can blow around, and you know, and we just don't want that. So we have that in writing.
That's wonderful, and I think, is that a trend that you see across the Commonwealth?
It is, and I will tell you, for me personally, I would love to see where you can't tether at all. I'm here to say that. But I understand that not everybody can have indoor pets for one reason or another. They love their pets the same. So because of that, then provide the proper care.
Yes.
So we're not restricting it. We're just saying, be safe.
Just be safe.
Be safe. Provide the proper care if that's the route that you take.
Yes. As with anything, we just want people
Exactly.
to be safe, whether it's pets, children, the elderly, you know, anything. You just want to be as safe as absolutely possible so that you don't run the risk of injury, you know, death, all those things, because who wants to lose their pet that they love so much because of just a careless mistake that you got the wrong type of tether or they couldn't have water all day. I mean, common sense often plays a role in it. But you love your pets,
common
you need to do
sense
that.
does, but sometimes you have to make an ordinance to kind of help with the common sense.
Yes, yes. Well, let's talk a little bit. Common sense again comes into play about our vehicles, because we talk about the heat, and again, I see pets, I see kids, I see people in hot cars, and we've already lost families or lost children across the country this year. Luckily, not in our community, and we don't want that to happen, but we all see it. And so talk a little bit about the importance of not leaving our pets in our cars.
Well, I don't have the numbers, but as far as like the temperature, how fast a car goes. But if I remember correctly, it is crazy. And within minutes, whether the window is down or not, it could be 150, 180 degrees.
Yes.
You know, without having statistics in front of me, numbers in front of me, but it gets very, very, very hot.
Very hot.
Radcliff, and to my knowledge, Hardin County or any city within Hardin County does not have a hot car bill, hot car ordinance.
Oh.
Louisville Metro did pass one.
Good.
And it might be that it'll make its way here. So obviously don't do it, but if you do, if you see it, what I would say is please contact your local police department, let them come and address the situation. The hot car ordinance would be you could break the window and not to save the animal child and not have any repercussions, any type of legal repercussions.
Okay, good.
That is what the ordinance would do, and maybe somewhere in the future we'll be able to do that.
Yes.
But for now, because you don't want to end up damaging somebody's property,
getting sued.
The best thing to do is to call your local police department.
Okay. And I have noticed, and I love this, that several local businesses have signs that say, if you see a child, an elderly person, an animal in a hot car left unattended, please call this number. Call the police or call the management or whatever. So people are getting more aware. Because I think we always do. We just think, oh, I'll just run in the store real quick and I'll be right back. And then our poor animals out there crying and barking and, you know, their temperature's rising. And again, if it's too hot for you, it's too hot for them. And just think how quickly that fries their little brain, and it's just too much.
Well, and also there are evil people, and you're liable to see your window busted and your pet stolen.
Well, that's true. Yes.
I mean, they will steal your pet. So, I mean, there's just, again, common sense. Like you said, you think it's just for a minute.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people like me. I see it. People contact me, but I also see it on Facebook where you don't want to have a confrontation with somebody. You don't want to have an altercation because you're that much of a pet advocate, you know, animal welfare advocate.
Right.
But don't jeopardize getting harmed
yourself.
yourself. So by trying to have a altercation with someone because their pet's in the car.
Yeah, because they will
their
tell you.
child, but their pet is in the car.
Yeah,
because
you need to mind your own business.
Exactly.
Well, sometimes you can't. And I mean, just last week I saw where they left their 2-year-old in the back seat in their car seat while, again, they just ran into the grandparents' house to pick something up, came back. Somebody carjacked them, and they took the car and literally took the baby out and left the baby in the street and took their car. And again, you think, well, that possibly couldn't happen here, but you know what? It could easily happen, because you just never know what somebody's mindset is. They might not even realize that your baby's in the back seat and just, jump in and, like you said, take your car and off they go.
Yes.
And I probably would lose my mind, so I'd be running down the street.
Yes, and we know that that's happening a lot in our area. It's happening a lot, throughout the country.
Yes.
Where we see it all the time. Lock your vehicle. Your vehicles are getting stolen. Vehicles are being broken into. A pet is something that can be sold.
Yes.
So again, for money. I mean, people break in people's cars for.
Yeah, because they see a laptop or whatever is in there, you know.
So just common sense.
Common sense, people. Common sense. And to love thy neighbor is how I see it. It's that you're not being a Baninsky, you're not being, you know, that person. You're actually, because you're concerned, because you care about love thy neighbor and you want to make sure they are safe, their pets are safe. Yes. And I mean, who wouldn't want sweet little Maya to be safe? She's such a good girl. So tell us a little bit about her and her story, and then let's talk a little bit about the mission and things that you all do at Forever Homes For Paws.
I actually saw her on Facebook with another one of my rescue friends that I met when I first started in 2015.
Gosh, that seems like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. And she had her posted that she was going to be up for adoption. So I immediately messaged her. I said, please let me get her, because I had just lost my Maltese.
Yes.
So of 13 years. And so I saw that she was a Maltese, and I said, oh, I just have to have her. But I have 4.
Yes,
and they're all
I was going to say,
rescued.
let's talk about all your babies. She's
4.
not an only child.
She's not an only child. And of course, you know, as you mentioned, I have the rescue Forever Home For Paws, and a lot of great volunteers, a lot of great support. We're getting ready to get 20 to 50 puppy mill dogs that are going to be coming in. We've already had a few.
Are these the Yorkies?
These are going to be Yorkies and Shih Tzus and Sheepadoodles and Doodles of all types.
Oh my goodness.
So
are foster parents needed?
Foster parents are needed. Adopters are needed. You could go to Forever Home For Paws Facebook page. You can actually go to our website. I have a list like 3 pages plus.
I bet.
I'm taking everyone's name and number because as soon as they come in, I'm trying to get them out within, 24 to 72 hours.
Yes.
They're usually coming vetted, so at least with their first shots. We'll get them vetted. We'll get them into homes. We'll get them into placement and try to get them situated.
Oh, good.
Quickly. Not that there isn't a need here. I mean, I help with the Hardin County Animal Shelter.
Yes.
I just pulled 6 from them.
Oh my goodness.
They're full.
Yes.
They're overwhelmed.
They are. They're doing free adoptions, in fact,
free
for
adoptions.
big dogs because they've got so many.
And it's overwhelming in the rescue world. So to know that with the fireworks, with everybody being so full, there's more strays.
Yeah.
There's so many owner surrenders. You cannot take them all.
Yeah.
I mean, it is overwhelming.
Golly.
We are overrun. Community cats,
Oh, yes.
cats, kittens, dogs.
They are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
So I say that to say, why take in puppy mill dogs? Because they're not local, even though there are Kentucky puppy mills. But other rescues are full. Other shelters are so full. They try to move these quickly.
Yes.
The rescues that are open, I'm going to make myself available.
Yes,
I'm making myself open for these guys, and not that I'm not still here for the shelter because they know I am, but also I just took in 6 puppies that were dumped on South Boundary.
Because you are the lady that people call, no matter what. Thank goodness for
time.
Toshie and her Facebook page and her home and her open door policy, because people know. And I've been in rooms and heard people say, oh, we heard about some puppies. Take them to Toshie. Call Toshie. Toshie will take. So you are the lady where folks know to bring their found or rescued animals. And whether it's from a puppy mill or just
side of the
road, somebody, a stray got in our backyard, I don't know where to go, take them to Toshie. And you are the miracle worker because you do tend to find them home, either reunite them with their owner, you find them a home, you find them a foster home, you bring them, bring them back to life, basically. And you tell their story and share their stories, and that's what gets people connected and involved. And I think that's why your list grows and grows of people that want to adopt. So I assume there's a screening process if folks want to be a volunteer, if they want to be a foster parent, or adopt. So you don't just say give them to anybody that asks. Right?
And I know so many people that usually I do start with people that I know, which makes it so a lot easier for me. But we do have an application online at our website, foreverhomeforpaws.org, and there is a screening process, like you said. But I want to say this too, because yes, I have earned the reputation of being available, being I'm going to say reputable.
Yes, you are.
Okay, because
well respected.
Well respected, and not all rescues, and I'm not putting any rescue down, but I will say you have to be cautious. But I will also say that I can't help everyone, though.
Right.
You know, so I do get tagged a lot. I will let everybody know. I follow. If I see it, which I usually will because I'm tagged, I'm following it, and a lot of times somebody else will help.
Good.
And I'm like, that's good. That one's taken care of.
Yes.
And if I see that it's going on and on and on, then maybe I might private message.
Sure.
I try to stay in the loop somehow. A lot of things that are behind the scenes are vetting other people's pets that are, whether it be their pet or whether it be a stray or an injured animal. We do a lot of that behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. You've got those resources.
A lot of resources, yes.
Of other folks
with the Hardin County Community Cats, that they're under Forever Home For Paws.
Yes.
They're doing a wonderful job. The ladies, Mary and Vicky and Casey, they do a wonderful job getting funds for the cats. They foster the cats. They take care of all the cats. Myself and my group, we kind of do the dogs, split it up a little bit, but we do the best we can as much as we can.
Yes, you all are fantastic. And of course, I'm sure donations are always accepted.
Always.
Because not everybody, we know, can always maybe take in a pet or be a foster home or whatever, but you certainly can support with your time, your resources, make a donation. Foster, recommend someone, you know, those type of things. So there's always a need, and there's always something everybody can do. Do a little bit of it. And Maya's obviously just
she's
happy.
Rotten.
She is. She could not have landed in a better home. That is for sure. She is such a sweet, sweet girl. And obviously she has overcome whatever trauma that she had, and she is happy and healthy and blessed.
She didn't have all this hair in February. In fact, I did not know for sure what she would look like because she had hardly any hair in February.
Well, she's got a beautiful coat.
She was about 5 pounds.
Oh, itty bitty.
So she's gained a couple pounds. She eats well.
Yes. As she should.
Yes.
Well, we can't thank her enough for taking time out of her morning to be with us.
Thank you.
Because she's beautiful and a wonderful advocate and ambassador for rescues. So, so as we wrap up, our time is running short, but we want to remind everyone, so July 3rd, come out to the city of Radcliff to enjoy the fireworks show. Start parking early, get your spot about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then they'll be blocking off the streets by the post office. So you'll want to come out and enjoy with your family the food trucks and the kids' activities and a fantastic fireworks show at 8 p.m. We want to thank everyone that's supporting that and involved in making that possible. And then we also want to encourage folks, go out and support the other shows, but leave your pets at home. So keep them safe, keep them well, keep them cool this summer. Take care of them as you would yourself, your children, or anyone else. So, Toshie, we can't thank you enough for all that you do and for being here. Well, thank you. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Issues and Insights. Check out the Radcliff website or Facebook page for more information. Definitely visit Toshie's website, Forever Homes For Paws, to find out more how you can become involved and help save a pet. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great summer, and we'll see you next time.